I live in Tacoma, but I have a long history of living in Pittsburgh and Seattle. And the reason why local legends of politics, Pramila Jayapal, you might have heard of, Bruce Harrell, who's the mayor, other like them, who have the reputation of being multicultural icons of liberalism, as distinct from other forms of thought, like neoliberalism, which is just a deceptive word. It has nothing to do with liberalism. It's more the neo stuff, corporate stuff. The reason why they have never under Biden or come now with Donald Trump pointed out what a monstrous tragedy Gaza is, because they don't dare open the books on the way that they have mongered tragedy throughout the course of my life here. And if it were to be processed as a fact of the banking community and the law services and the journalism society, we would have to admit that the Green Party used poison on people. And the legal services just aren't prepared to prosecute the AIDS attack. So what they did was they came up with a lie and a psychology program. The British rock stars who were inside the circle, the inside jobbers, used a sort of mangling of the situation pertaining to John Lennon to come up with this crazy storyline. They went around murdering people, promoting, and calling it empathy building. I mean, it's blood-curdling evil idiocy. Blood-curdling evil idiocy. And they make it like, oh, well, we want dignity for the victims. I could show you the showcase of it. Yoko Ono's attorney attacked me in 1984 with the sweetest of love letters, with intent to kill me, poison me, torture me. She said one size fits all. This was right at the beginning of this stigma boom, meaning the way that people were panicked into flocking together and reacting against healthcare norms to protect the so-called dignity of their alternative lifestyles. And I never attacked the dignity of their alternative lifestyles. I was just promoting prudence and awareness. And they shut me down so hard and they said, no, we're going to example you. All of that is a fact. The hocus pocus about John Lennon is a sideways talking monstrosity that has nothing to do with me and nothing to do with anything that's real. It's a sideways talking monstrosity that led to them caring more about a postcard than a bowling alley full of deaf people. They cared more about the postcard than the safety of the human race. And it was because of how psychotic that they became about the idea that the postcard was mine. That something a human being did, they had the right to be rewarded for as an artist. They were shrieking with hate at that idea. They ravaged high and low all semblance of any form of normality. I'll give you an example of this. I'm deaf. I can't hear my own voice. I used to wash dishes, 2 full-time dishwashing jobs to keep up with my girlfriend, who was a waitress. Because the waiters and waitresses got tips. Dishwashers didn't. I never complained about it. I took it in stride. I was their peer, working harder than them to keep up with them because I was deaf and couldn't make tips. I couldn't wait tables. And this absolutely infuriates Seattle, Washington. They can't bear the thought that I had a justification to ask for pay for my hard work. They can't bear it. It freaks them senselessly. And what did I do with the postcard? I gave it back to the gang that wrote it to me. I didn't stick it in hiding. Oh my God, they would be out there with bombs. They would be sending Zionist missiles at me if I put it in a safety deposit box. They would have said, "You're washing your hands. We deserve to contaminate you." The mind of Cornel West is so royally rotten that he can't comprehend that somebody was trying to warn for public safety that people would protect themselves. That my concern was for black people, was for the gay community. I have a family resources group. I said I don't care who comes by, who you assign to me, because it's just work. What right do I have to say, send me a Chinese woman with knockers? What right do I have to say that when I'm just a member of the Medicaid Society asking for help because I have Parkinson's from mistreatment? And they use it as an opportunity to insinuate that I want black gay men. Why would they do that? I'm not excluding black gay men, but why would they use it as a form of insinuation? It doesn't. They can't even make their own premises congruent. They can't even get their own dots to connect. And people think that there's some sort of Swami Taliban who have sacred insight. What they're trying to do is erase and prevent the gravity of what they pulled from becoming authentic historical journalism.